Welcome to The Way of the Leaf. We have all just watched episode 8 of Amazon's series, The Wheel of Time. This is called What Was Meant to Be. And guys, we have some thoughts. With us is, besides my brother Ryan, who is always here, I am Ryan's brother Dan. And we have special guests. We have SedaiSedai and the Mistress Dovie. Welcome, ladies.
Cheers. Thank you for having us.
You guys look smashing.
Thank you. We're so excited.
Yeah. What is standing out for you guys right now? What is like the first thing? Episode 8.
Mo Gideon.
Oh, or Bjork Gideon? Can we call her Bjork Gideon?
Katie, you said?
Not Coffin, obviously. Hornblower. A Shandari creator. Oh my god, he's incredible. He was so incredible.
But what part though? Like him saying it's time to roll the dice, him blowing the horn.
I forgot about the time to roll the dice too. All of it. I mean, he's been such a minor character this season. It's fun to finally see him be able to get to shine for the first time this season. And I knew he wasn't gonna make the wrong choice because he never would because he's my baby boy, and he is flawless.
Dovie, that line has been with you personally for a very long time.
Yes.
How did it feel hearing it delivered with the heroes behind him?
It was pretty incredible. It was it's part of the reader brain is reconciling, because as you're seeing the stuff that's changed, you're spending time. Your brain's like, oh. It's calculating the differences. So I was a little bit distracted at that moment just because of the dialogue and how it was different from the book. But I want to watch again. But it was incredible. I loved it. It was incredible. I really loved it.
We got the pleasure of watching Dovie watch it for the first time. That was so much fun because you're just oh god,
we'd share
long-time readers.
Well, Ryan, we've heard that you started sobbing from what point? From the Lan and Moraine point was where the dam had it didn't stand a chance. Those levees broke.
I started crying when Hopper went down. Then it was over for me after that.
It was
she
not
was
a dry.
At Hopper. I got it earlier. I thought that whole scene between Lan and Moraine was just spot on, perfect.
It might have been one of the cooler scenes, I think, in the entire series.
My favorite scene ever.
It's been building to this. So that the fact I didn't realize that the bond was gone. I thought that just because she had been shielded, I didn't realize that she had transferred it or had released him or whatever. I just thought she was shielded, so he couldn't feel her, right? But apparently it needed to be reestablished, and it showed the intimacy. It showed. These were two people on a beach in a platonic but so loving relationship, more giving and connected than anything that we can imagine, because you're feeling thoughts, you're feeling pains, you're doing these things, and Lan is begging to be allowed back in, and Moraine allows it, and it's a wonderful scene. It's probably one of the best scenes in the series so far.
Yeah, and just mutual respect. These two are like warriors of the ages trying to save the world. Lan is an ex-king. Moraine's been on a 20-year mission to find this baby who turns out to be Rand, to save the Dragon Reborn to the last battle. This whole mission that they're on is for humanity itself.
But then also uniquely, the bond between them, the way that they did that whole thing, it was so passionate and intimate without being sexual, and for two people to think that the other one is actually genuinely better than them, they don't know. They don't get it between the two of them. And I don't know either. Which one is better? Which one is more powerful? Which one is more important? I don't know. I think they're both fucking incredible and essential to the entire story. So like to have that connection without it being like a sexual thing and it just being just this purely beautiful, like they didn't even touch, they don't even rub noses.
They do. Their foreheads touch.
Their foreheads touch. They're very like, but that's just the
they do that. They're
That
so
was incredible. Like the bees literally pulled them together. It was beautiful.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then like watching them like just hop right into the next task, which was like, oh, we got to deal with this now. And like the look they shared, and they knew like I'm dealing with this, you're dealing with this, and like they didn't have to discuss
it. Was silent, but there was so much said without dialogue, which is like bravo to those actors.
Think Mistress Dovie hears on a weekly basis that you are the better.
Probably. I mean, look at her. Obviously.
Of course. Let's talk a little bit more about Matt. Matt, did we see the Ashendare?
I think so.
Yes. I don't know how he did that. He didn't even have to touch it. He's like, okay,
leather.
I will figure this shit out. I'm getting out of here.
I mean, it indicates a potentially pretty large departure from story, but I really liked it.
Yeah.
So is this decision to put that knife on a pole and carry it around, is this going to have negative repercussions? I think Ryan thought that this is going to tie Fane to Matt. I guess. Do you guys think this might happen?
I can see that.
They haven't really developed it yet, but I do believe that Pattern Fane is connected to the dagger. Hopefully he is. And hopefully that's the tension between those two.
I believe that we have not seen Pattern Fane show really any like firm addiction or affiliation with the dagger besides just having it because it's dangerous. He gave it up pretty easily. I didn't see any of that salivating freaking Fane who's licking the dagger and stuff. I mean, the book Fane is very addicted to this dagger. I don't see the effects here, and I'm not sure if it's really going to come into play for Fane, but it may have like a tracker. Maybe you put like an iPod, like an iTag on it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, let's say that he doesn't know where they're at, and so says, "I know that they're going to go to the Two Rivers. If we attack the Two Rivers, let's just go there, and they're going to come to us."
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. That could be. But the whole route, the whole undertaking of the Two Rivers is just to get the dagger. You're saying?
Or to get them over. It's not that Pattern Fane can sniff him out. Pattern Fane is obviously a part of Team Dark. As in the books, he was kind of this wild card. He was like a rogue. He was the Han Solo. He shot first.
Yeah, it almost seems like Pattern Fane is more excited about like Matt's obsession with the dagger than he is with his own.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gird your loins.
Yeah, loins girded.
Loins are girded and sheltered and shielded.
We gird our loins right from the prologue itself. The prologue has Lews Therin almost having a court or some sort of sentencing involved for Ishamael. Now, in the books, Ishamael is caught up in the sealing of the boar, and to stop the Dark One, he was just there visiting. He was bringing cookies and honey cakes. He's like, "Oh no, they barred the place."
He's like, "I brought the gays.
I'll bring you some honey cakes."
But this was a malicious act where Lews Therin is like, "Yeah, I know the worst thing for you is living, so this sucks because you're going to live forever." Bye.
Because I don't want to do this again.
And Ishamael called him friend. Yeah, several things happened. Yeah, you're right. Lews Therin said, "I don't want to do this again."
Twice.
So Lews somehow has a very deep understanding of the reincarnation cycle of this world. Mm-hmm. Or he has memories of his past lives, which is even more intense. But he was able to say, I don't want to do this again. Which Rand never has any insight. Although he did at the end of this say, I've never followed you.
Yeah, but he said, "I'm sure of that," which means he doesn't know. He's just guessing.
Oh, he's like,
being sure of something.
He's
is
like,
saying,
probably. I've never done that. Probably.
that's a good point. All right, well, hey, way to
Of that, I'm sure. Yeah, that's like, that's more faith than truth.
It was such a great scene.
It was a great scene. It was a good scene.
So yeah, we all are probably in agreement. He's not just sitting there, fully understanding the scope of all of time. But Luz might have more of an understanding because they are more advanced people.
Way more advanced. Also, they have electricity, and I'm a little baffled as to why these people couldn't figure that out. There are so many candles everywhere.
So many candles. And Teslas, I mean, if we think back to all those flying cars, I'm pretty sure they were electric Teslas. Are you sure his name isn't Elon Musk?
Wow.
There's a Forsaken who matches up just nicely with Elon Musk.
He's loose there in Tesla Rion. Yeah, all right, I'll drop that. I'm killing a Bella right now. Just dead horse.
No, let's not talk about animals.
Oh, speaking of dead animals, there was an animal with a name that died.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
It's so hard.
It's hard to say goodbye to a hopper we met just yesterday. Hopper was a good boy. He was the best boy. He jumped. He loved to hop.
Speaking of Egwene killing the horse, I think that the decision to use her as a weapon against, for the first time, against the men who had brutalized her was genius. Because she had to make the choice of okay, I'm morally against using the power as a weapon or whatnot, or aiding the Shan-Chan, but then having the opportunity to have revenge on these
get her comeuppance,
who violated her and harmed her friend. I think that was a genius plot device to have that, and it kind of goes along with what Alana said in a few episodes ago, where she's like, what you're willing to do changes based on the situation that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And, Egwene probably would never have imagined that she would have, wanted to harm someone at the behest of the Shan-Chan, but then she saw that it was these people who had, harmed her greatly, and then it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
So I thought that was great. Putting up against them.
Yeah, let's talk a little deeper about that. So we have these moral quandaries that our friends are involved with, right? Egwene, she's like, I'm not going to do this, but then she sees Valda. This is even in the audio. It says Egwene sees Valda in the courtyard, and then she gets mad and she throws fire. Perrin kills Bornhold as an act of revenge for him killing his dog. And by the way,
what? Dan, what are you? Dan!
Perrin became John Wick. Perrin is now John Wick.
Yes, it's
his
fine.
dog got killed, and he's like, all right, I'm vengeance.
It's not a dog. It's a fucking wolf, Dan. I'm not going to stand for this.
Uh-oh.
All right, so he kills his wolf. I mean, but justifiably, because his buddy or his coworker was getting bit, on his arm. If I had an axe and my coworker was getting bit, if I was Bornhold, I would do the same thing.
Dan, you're a dark friend.
Hey,
yo.
Jeff from Bornhold was doing the right thing by protecting his coworker. He has no idea what's going on. This dog comes in and starts chewing on his thing. He's like, oh, I got to kill this. I'm killing everything. I'm killing everything, including this wolf. And ladies, what happened to the Horn of Valyr?
Yeah.
It got blown.
Blown, maybe.
It got blown, but then what? One of the heroes said, thank you. Turn my bag of holding.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
All right.
Actually, so Dovie, we were talking about moral quandaries, and this is another one that Egwene freaking lets her die, right?
Oh, she straight
She
killed her.
vowed to kill her. She kept her word.
She said, "I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah, she was just keeping her word. First of all,
Yeah.
First of all,
That's
Okay.
I said I 101.
Yeah.
You can't lie.
cannot lie.
Yeah.
No. But when Rena cut her braid, that was the first time I screamed out loud. Like they were in the other room, and I was like, "Ah!" I like screamed. I was not expecting it. It was
We
like a
looked
shock.
at each
It was
other, we're like,
incredible.
Which part was that?
And then she
that's when I
stepped
knew.
on it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that dirty dog.
With her
I was like
booty.
rising. I was like, how dare
The
she?
dirty dog. Perrin has a magic shield or not?
Yes, Uno gave it to him.
So is that going to be a thing? He's going to have like his magic shield that can block like power. When
Hope
it's going to
so.
be like the fox head medallion, but his shield.
Hope so.
I can just imagine it would go away, but maybe it will stay.
I know, right? You would imagine, like, do they leave the heroes of the Horn? Don't leave like trash behind.
Right? Like, why did
The shield is trash, but they don't like litter, and it stays there.
Can we talk about Egwene going up against a Shamael? I'm sorry.
What do you guys think about that?
Wow. I mean,
Wow.
pretty incredible. Is it book accurate? I'd probably not. Did I love it? Yes, I loved it. Yes, I loved it.
It was so good. That doesn't matter, right? Like this season was so much better than the first season.
Mm-hmm.
It was so much better in like every single way. The first 3 episodes were incredible, and then episode 5 sucked again, but also it got better.
Is that the constant theme with you that episode 5 so far have been the worst of the seasons, the episodes?
For sure.
Mo Gideon, to me, is much more overpowered than in the books. In the book, she was not very feared.
Spider. I didn't expect
She seems much stronger than Lanfear.
the fact that Lanfear was shaken by that whole thing was
Yeah.
amazing.
Canonically, she's not correct.
Correct.
But I think
She's caught off
we
guard.
were talking about this earlier that like both Shamael and Lanfear in this episode were caught off guard, and like that is the Forsakens' biggest weakness and enemy is themselves and their own hubris and thinking that they are invincible and untouchable, and then they get overly confident, and that's how they end up messing up. It's not that everyone else is. I mean, they are very powerful, but then they just they overestimate or they underprepare. Yeah, I think she was just caught off guard, and I love that scene. It was fantastic.
It was amazing. Yeah, she was like expecting them to all be on Doman's boat, right? And just like get rid of them, drop them in the deepest part of the ocean, and instead she walks into her room and they're, well, fuck me. They're all out. And what?
She should have known from the get-go that there's a dark sepia tone, like blue light thing on.
I mean, I wish we had... Anyways.
It's like, once she left, all of a sudden it's like, color!
Right. So do we think canonically that Lanfear may have been one of the weakest, and this is why Ishamael released her as opposed to the other ones? Are the other ones just like wacky strong? Looks like Mo Gideon can just blend into shadows.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they're like wacky strong, but I definitely think that they're all against each other, and that I think is the bigger problem with the Forsaken that we're understanding from the show, right? Is like they're all gonna battle against each other. They're gonna get crazy. They're gonna get cray up in here, up in here. I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, right? I can't wait to find all the Forsaken and see what they're doing to each other and how they're gonna torture each other. This is gonna be the best. So excited.
Yeah.
Did they cast
I know.
Then that girl took the horn. We don't know what happened to the horn. Hopefully it'll pop up somewhere.
Yeah. Out of that
because she turned to dust. I would like to just be like
right off the keister. She keistered it.
She keistered it. And Matt's all, wait a minute, where's my horn? Where's my horn? Nynaeve and Elaine. Starsky and Hutch. The Laverne and Shirley of our time. Let's say the
Laurel and Hardy.
Cheech and Chong. No, they're not the. Well, all right, Cheech and Chong. Yeah.
Dog. It's one with Tom Hanks and a dog.
Oh, Wilson.
What,
Ball. How about a volleyball?
Tom Hanks is one where Tom Hanks is a cop and he has a dog. Like
Turner and Hooch.
Turner and Hooch.
Turner and Hooch.
Elaine is probably one of my favorite characters from this season.
She's very good. She's very funny.
She brews her own hooch. She clubs bitches with a stick.
Clubbing.
She's boss. She's super boss. Well, who's been your favorite character that's been introduced in season 2?
Probably Lanfear.
Lanfear. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I got it.
Tits out for the lady of the night.
Tits out for Lanfear.
Tits out for the
I hear you.
daughter of the night. Is that her?
I love Dane Bornholm.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that I love Lanfear. I would say that Mogadian stole my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Very happy.
Nynaeve still can't heal.
Okay.
That must have been the worst for her to watch Elaine heal that dagger wound and not being able to heal her.
Yes, and she did so great. She's one of the best nonverbal actors I've seen, like maybe ever. And for her to like portray she's straight neutered and she's incapable. And for her to go from like Super Saiyan Nynaeve, who's able to heal everyone, to like not being able to even channel one bit, like she had to like portray all that. And in the moment when Elaine was healing Rand, she had this look on her face where she was transformed, and you watch her feelings change for Elaine in the moment, which is such amazing acting. Very few actors can pull that shit off. I was moved. I saw it. She fell in love with Elaine. I think we all fell in love with Elaine, and Rand also.
You were crying.
We saw that Rand's scar, which will probably be a reoccurring thing in the next season, was an accident. Matt was trying to spear Ishamael. Ishamael's like, that's the oldest trick in the book, buddy. You didn't say
You fell for that?
That's a nice way of showing that how men's viewings can be misleading, even though they're definitely coming true. It's not, what you think it is.
Yes.
This did not look like men's viewing. In men's viewing, is she had Matt knifing him, right?
Yes. Now, why didn't Rand turn into ash? Why didn't Rand turn into ash? When he, immediately when he was stabbed by the dagger? He was stabbed by the dagger, and then, but the first guy turned in, he pulls his helmet off so we can see he's turning black and into some sort of...
I'm necrotic.
Mm-hmm.
The dagger does seem to have variable powers. It looks like you can be a lightsaber when it comes to locks. It can melt right through a lock. It can open up a box that's really hard to open. You can just lightsaber that open.
It's always a lightsaber. You're right.
I kind of want Matt to have like a welder's mask and put it down as he's using it and keep like. But the knife itself does have variable things where we've seen it stab Loyal. Loyal seems to be okay. We have he's never even mentioned it. He's never even said, hey, sorry I'm late. My scar where I got stabbed by Paddington twice was flaring up.
We don't talk about those things.
We don't talk about these things.
We don't talk about things that need the plot to move forward.
But it is a knife that will burn metal in boxes. No problem. It can open up Amazon stuff. You get all 12 boxes from Amazon during Christmas time. You just get that knife. You're just like, shh, pop open. Shh.
I would line them up and do it all at once.
Do it all at once. Let the knife handle it. But if it stabs someone, it may or may not turn necrotic. I'm not sure.
All right, before we end this episode, let's do our patented The Way of the Leaf rate ladies and Brother Dan, what do you give this episode 8? Out of 5 leaves, how many leaves do you give?
5? 6.
6 leaves out of 5.
Can I do that? Can I break the rule?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you rule breaker.
What do you do?
6.66.
6.69. Okay.
Oh wow. Whoa. 4.5.
There
I
are
would say it's the best episode this season, but it wasn't perfect, and I won't claim it was.
That's 6.666.
6.66. Oh, showtime.
Everyone, thank you for joining us. If you like our channel, please like and subscribe. Join if you want to be a member. And until next time, please run for your lives. This is The Way of the Leaf.
Satan.
What? Yes! That doesn't piss you off, my name. Let's go!